welcome you to this webinar that's titled Pricefalls Marketplace Seller Success. This webinar will be for 20 to 30 minutes, and I'm sure you guys will have a lot of questions. And for that, what you could do is you could use the interface on your screen and type in the question, and we in turn will try our level best to answer the same. If not, we will surely reply via email. We will also be having a recorded version of this webinar available shortly, and we will share the details with you at a later time. I would now be handling this presentation to two unmatched and highly experienced experts in their field. The first is Matt Twitchell. He's the Director of Seller Support, and the other gentleman is John Schewe. Over to you guys.
Hi, how's it going? Thank you very much. Matt Twitchell here, joined with John.
Hi, this is John. Nice to meet you guys. I appreciate everyone joining along here. I hope you guys everyone's having a great day, and I appreciate you taking the time to talk about Pricefalls and ChannelSale integration. We're really very excited. Obviously, ChannelSale is one of the premier partners in multi-channel selling, and we're very excited to have this presentation and talk to everyone who's using ChannelSale for their online sales. So we're very excited to be working with everyone here. From this stage, we'll go to the first slide. Here's some great pictures of us, Matt and myself, our contact information. Also would like to say throughout the presentation there'll be opportunities for you to ask questions, so feel free to send those questions in, and also if you have any questions, please raise your hand if you'd like to also speak to us directly. I know those are two capabilities that are available, so please feel free to anytime send us the questions or raise your hand if you'd like to talk to us one-to-one. So this is who we are. This is where we are, Pricefalls, and let me just move into the first slide. As kind of mentioned here, we are one of the fastest growing retail marketplaces based here in the U.S. We've got over 1,000 partners, over 8.5 million active listings. We're a Google trusted store. You know, from beginnings, the name Pricefalls is all about. We started in 2008 and 2009 as a Dutch auction site, and as we grew, as the capacity grew, we switched to a fixed price model. So we went from the Dutch auction type where prices would fall to meet demand, which is where the name Pricefalls comes from, to 100% fixed prices right now. So that's where we've seen the majority of our growth, and we're growing very, very rapidly. Year over year, we're adding over 90% sellers and 130% user growth. We're averaging adding 90 to over 100 new stores every month. And you can see here's some of our featured sellers. I'm sure everyone's very aware of who these guys are. Major players, IR 500, IR 200 types. I believe even Appliances Connection is joining us on the call. So great to have your logo there. You can see the tremendous amount of growth we've seen in the beginning of 2014 when we switched to the fixed price model, just continuing that growth there this year as well. We work with many traffic sources. We just don't have your products listed on Pricefalls and direct traffic, but we also spend a lot of time and money advertising your products on about 30 different traffic sources, search engines like Google, Yahoo, and Bing. We have email, we have comparison shopping engines like Nextag, and we also work with an affiliate network. So we work very hard to not only drive traffic to Pricefalls, to your store direct traffic, but also these external sources as well too. If there are any questions, please feel free to bring those up throughout the show, throughout the presentation here. So move on to the next slide. So this is really kind of the value proposition of Pricefalls and kind of how we do things a little bit differently. We've taken the best of what currently marketplaces are doing on eBay and Amazon, and we've taken the best parts of all those and combined them into Pricefalls. Plus, we've added this customer acquisition piece, which is key to all online selling. What that means is we provide you with the customer's contact information, and we allow you to directly market that customer as your own. So we're not only sending you sales, but we're also sending you customers, lifetime customers. You'll not only reach more customers, but you'll also continue to grow your business. So you'll have your own branded storefront on Pricefalls through ChannelSale, and that allows you to continue to build your business. Not these high-calorie sales, we call it. So you get the customer and an order, as opposed to just an order where you would see on the other marketplaces. We think that's key, especially in this day and age when customers can shop wherever they want, go wherever they want. Price is very important, but really it's all about feeling trusted where they're shopping. And we're, like I said, we're a Google trusted store, AAA rated by the A+ rating by the Better Business Bureau, and we take all these things very, very seriously. So we work very hard to have all those pieces in place. So along those lines, we're working with ChannelSale. It makes it very easy to list your products, manage your orders, manage the tracking, do everything from one place. Matt's team, he's a director of emergency support, is very hands-on. So when you list on Pricefalls, we see it as a partnership. We're not just going to let you sign you up and that's it. So Matt's team is very involved with every seller, making sure the listings are correct and they're making sales. And that's really about it. We're here to help you guys succeed, and we see it as a partnership where you succeed, we succeed. You can see Matt's team offers full live emergency support. We're based here in the U.S. and maybe Matt can speak to a few points there. They're very available throughout the day to any type of interaction you'd like.
Absolutely. So those are some of the key facts for what we're here to offer every seller that comes on the platform. And from what we've seen just working with ChannelSale from the beginning is the level of support they offer as well. We're actively working with their team to make sure that every seller on the platform has the required data. We're looking always to enhance that quality of the data to drive more sales. And that's where our team comes into play to help out. It's not simply down to the product level. We're going to be reviewing your storefront on Pricefalls, giving you tips and tricks that we know will make the storefront look a lot cleaner and provide customers with that confidence to go ahead and convert on those sales for you. So anytime you have any issues, you can call our line, our 866-503-9799, extension 3. You're going to get a rep right in Las Vegas. Also, if you hop on live chat or you send an email over to ms@pricefalls.com, we're going to get back to you as quickly as possible, and we're just always here to make sure that you're going to succeed on the platform. That's our main goal, and that's one thing we offer that a lot of the other marketplaces don't. Whether the support is going to be done in a timely fashion or you're going to get your direct questions answered. We really appreciate the feedback from all sellers, and we look to go ahead and incorporate that in future changes on the platform so that everyone is able to grow and be beneficial with us.
Absolutely. So this is a kind of a key slide. As I know, with ChannelSale, you're able to sell on multiple marketplaces, and really, as you can see from some of our featured sellers, they are on multiple marketplaces, and it is it's key to have a partner like ChannelSale, be working with a partner like ChannelSale in order to make multi-channel selling easy, and that's what Pricefalls and ChannelSale do. They make it easy to run your business and make sure everything is running as it should. And so how does Pricefalls compare to other marketplaces? As I'm sure you're aware, some of these names have been in the news lately, and we're going to probably update this slide, whatever the Walmart jet combination is going to be called. I'm sure we've already heard a few different ones, but you can see here how we differ and how we're alike. With us, there's no listing fees. You can list as many products as you want. It's really just it's the same. But Matt's team, we have sellers with thousands up to hundreds of thousands and millions of products in their feed. it doesn't matter. It doesn't change. You can list as many products as you want. As I mentioned before, this shared marketing right component is really key. And you can see in this chart, we're the only one with that green check mark because it is very valuable. You know, all these competitors tend to restrict that communication. They don't allow you to contact the buyer, your buyers, for that direct repeat business next time. Like I said before, we see it as a partnership. We think this is a very key ingredient in any type of marketplace sales. If you're really interested in growing your business and moving with growing your customer base, where you have a marketing base you could target, this is very, very important. And then, as Matt mentioned, the full service seller phone support. It's not only phone support, but email and live chat. It's available. We're one of few that offers that. We're based in Las Vegas, as Matt said. We're 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. most likely. Later than that, we're available to help. Another key point here is that this immediate payment portion. The transaction occurs on Pricefalls through one of our payment gateways. We use PayPal and Authorize.net. However, we don't hold the money at all. You get the money right away, which is very important. We see that as a better way for you to help you manage your cash flow, your working capital. You get paid right away. Then we invoice our fees every 2 weeks, and that's set up to the credit card and account. So at the time of sale, you get 100% of the proceeds directly to either your PayPal or Authorize.net account. Like I said here, the Pricefalls is the only marketplace that shares customer marketing rights with all their sellers. You're going to hear that theme throughout the presentation because that is so very important. As I mentioned before, if there is any questions, please feel free to send them in or raise your hand. We'd be happy to answer any of them. Just kind of moving on to the next graph, kind of a big picture. We have at the marketplace our main categories are going to be home and living and computer electronics, of course. Those are the top categories really on any marketplace, and we're very, very strong in those categories because we have so many great sellers in that types of categories, those two categories like Focus Camera, 47th Street Photo, PC Rush, Mac Warehouse, Heart Rate Monitor, the Deep Discount, Area Trend. They're all huge sellers because we have the best sellers in those categories, but our best categories are populated by our best sellers. So perhaps your products would fall into maybe it's the jewelry and watches or apparel and accessories or sporting goods, and you can have a real huge impact by coming into those categories and make those our best categories. My team, I'm the director of seller recruitment, and my team reaches out to hundreds of new sellers every week. We're talking to major IR type of 200 types of sellers that are going to bring great volume to those categories, and I think it's just a huge opportunity to come involved. When working with ChannelSale, this makes it much easier. It makes it very simple for you guys to list your products and come in and make a huge impact. You can see we have a very our demographic of shopper tends to be it's about 50-50. It looks like it's a little bit more male at this point in time, but as you can probably imagine, that does flip back and forth. We're a shopping marketplace. As a female demographic is very in tune to that type. So I see that as it's kind of running around a 50-50 right now. We're a little bit more male as far as a visitor, but as far as how we're interacting, our mobile traffic is huge. Since we launched the fully responsive design last year, mobile traffic has just taken off. It's well over 50% of our traffic now. As I'm sure all of you guys have seen as well for your own sites, the mobile traffic has taken off. And we're also seeing a huge, obviously our demographic of user, that 25 to 45 year range is very appealing. Our average order value currently is just over $80. So compare that to any of the other marketplaces, it's not even close. Our AOV is so high. It's a great time to get involved now. especially before the Q4 selling season gets really kicking in high gear, and using your channel sale integration is a great way to get started. So this, as I mentioned, our marketplace looks great on any type of device, desktop, mobile. As I mentioned, mobile is huge. I don't see that slowing down at all as more and more phones come around and the phones get bigger and you can able to shop anywhere you want. So I think this is huge, and that we're ready for it. We have the technology in place that can manage it, and either desktop or mobile, we're ready to go. We're seeing huge numbers on the mobile side. We can expect that to continue to increase. Then kind of down to the business aspect of it, how the business model works. Here are our fees and selling commissions. I'll run through these. If there's any questions as I'm talking, please feel free to send those in to the team, and I'll be able to answer those now or at the end of the show, the webinar. But right now we have the subscription fee. We just have 3 different fees on Pricefalls. One is the monthly subscription fee. That's $19.99, and then that's as mentioned. After the first month's free, I'm sorry. The first month's subscription fee is free, and then after that it's $19.99 a month. There's no setup fees or listing fees. The other fee we have is a final value fee, and you can see these are all very competitive. Anywhere from up to 7 to 12%. Computer electronics 7%. School supplies 8%. Appliances, automotive. As you can see here, our biggest category is the home and living. Is at 12%. Besides those 2, we just have a $1 per order fee, and that's it. There's no other listing fees or setup fees. Very easy to get started, especially with channel sales. It's a great way to get started with us here, offering these very competitive rates.
And looks like we have a question from Michelle here. I kind of wanted to touch on that because it does have to do with this rate chart that you're seeing here. So as John mentioned, you have the $1 per order fee. Majority of that is going back into the marketing, which is why we have that. You can clearly see with our high AOV, that $1 per order usually doesn't have a high impact on the margin for those types of products, but it does on the marketing side when we're able to put more of a boost behind the marketing that we do. And Michelle's question was, do we compete with the seller by including similar or their products on places and other channels like Amazon specifically? We have worked with sellers in the past. We do market to every channel out there, like we said on the previous slide. But there's things, that's the main key here, is that we're going to work hand in hand with each seller on the platform. So we have some sellers that love that we're pushing that out everywhere, and that you could see your products on 30, 40, 50 different sites that we're working on directly, not including affiliates, which we have, I believe, about over 2,500 right now. So that is also there. If it's something that you didn't want to happen, you're absolutely just let us know, and those are things that we can turn on and off. We can help drive that extra traffic to you. The sale would come through Pricefalls for you. It would be just right on your product for the same cost listed. It's just one of those added values that we want to offer to sellers that want to use that type of plan. And a question here about handling buyer requests for returns and refunds. Do we control the return policy? That is going to be your own policy. Each seller that comes on Pricefalls is able to list their own policies. We don't have a set minimum policy. We just want it to be fair to the customer and to the seller. That's one of the huge added values as well on Pricefalls, is that we have our own customer support team that answers phone calls for all customers that are calling in. They may come to one of your products, have a question about the product or the policy. We'll explain it in depth. We'll understand who the seller is. We'll be able to answer majority of the questions without you having to lift a finger. So it saves you time and money on your side. If it's something that's more technical or specific that maybe a representative doesn't know, we'll call you, get the answer, let the customer know, or we'll provide your information with an Ask Seller a Question button that they can utilize to get that answer. So you'll see that when you sign up for a store, we'll go through policies and other information, and we'll go ahead and let you know up front, we see that this isn't your policy. Maybe you don't offer return shipping, but for damaged, defective items, we'll want to have something in place that really allows you to offer a fair return policy to the customer, and that allows, restocking fees or whatever needs to be charged to be applied when it is pertinent for the order or the return.
So then, just kind of how to get on Pricefalls, it's very, very simple. The store sign-up process is step one. You register your store. That's all done through the website. Go to pricefalls.com/sell. You'll be taken to this page you see here where it says Sell More Today. Feel free to watch the video. It's a quick 4-minute video overview of how we work, and goes into some of the how we compare to other marketplaces. Very similar to the presentation you've seen so far here today. But you'll enter. It's basically create a member account first, as you can see here. Every seller, there's a member account associated with it, and you can use the same, just a username and password, and you can use your store name as your username, and just create a password. And typically the store sign-up process is about a 15-20 minute process. You'll enter your basic business description, your phone number, email, company logo. As Matt mentioned, you'll enter your policies. Those are very important. The return policies, your shipping policies, also your tax, where you need to collect the tax, and then your payment information. So how do you get paid? You get paid through either PayPal or Authorized.net. We accept both of those as our payment gateway. So you would need to set up either one or both right now. So just PayPal or Authorized.net would be our payment gateways you would need. All your orders on Pricefalls would be covered by the seller protection offered by both those services. They're very respected in both, and both have their advantages. So definitely one of those two forms of payment would need to be entered for store setup. That's how you would get paid at the time of sale. And then another part of the store setup is how we get paid, and then that's credit card. So every 2 weeks we invoice to the credit card on the account or any type of selling fees. And so this is the first page of the store sign up. You go to the pricefalls.com/sell, become a member, and then we move to the next page. You'll see this is a general info. This is the first page. You'll see this page is general information, appearance, store logo, put your policies, how you get paid, and then approve and accept our terms and conditions. And one other step we want to say is that every seller on Pricefalls is verified. What do we mean by that? Matt takes great effort, and the whole Pricefalls is only interested in working with the very best sellers, online sellers. So we have a very extensive verification process to make sure that that's the way it is, and it gives our shoppers more confidence. So all our sellers are professional marketplace sellers that have been verified by Matt's team. The only other step to become approved would be you to send us a business verification document. So they'll do the research. They'll also need a verification document of a business copy of a business license, or a copy of a reseller's permit, a copy of the letter or a tax ID from the IRS. And we use that information and just to verify every seller, because it gives you confidence, it gives us confidence, it gives the shoppers confidence. It's just we create the best marketplace we can, and working with ChannelSale really helps that market. We know ChannelSale works with just the best sellers out there, and we look forward to working with more of them. And, let's see. Go to the next slide, I guess. Yeah. Shipping configuration. Maybe Matt can speak to this a little bit more. It's very customizable. We can use API from your FedEx or UPS.
Yeah, absolutely. So shipping configuration allows you to really list products with any shipping cost you can imagine. You can do it through API using the major shipping carriers, UPS, FedEx, USPS. You can also break it down to a total order amount or a total weight amount. So you can break it down on that total level, or you can then go into specifics if you want to do by principal value, for $5 per order, $1 per item, or $1 per pound. You can offer free shipping across the board. You can also use the data feed with a shipping cost column if you want to use it that way. Then there's also overrides available, and that's what our merchant support team will go over with you. If you have any special details or questions about how it works, there's probably a way we can get it to be so it's perfect for you, and offer any of the expedited shipping as well. You have standard, expedited, 2-day, 1-day. So yeah, it's very customizable. That's how the whole platform is. We've built out all of our systems to be able to use custom column headers and files and feeds, and really let you use whatever tools you have available, or whatever data feeds you have available on Pricefalls, so you don't have to put that extra work in or customize a data feed to our specific format. Yeah, and I just wanted to touch, jumping into the product management side of it, because we had a couple questions here. I see Brian had wrote in, one question I want to touch on was, do we sell products ourselves, or do we leave that to the sellers? We basically leave that to the sellers. As we were a growing marketplace, we have a couple companies we've worked with directly that we've been working with for years. That takes about 2 to 3% of the platform's products are sold by Pricefalls. So we really are a seller-focused platform. We want the sellers to come on, carry the product, ship the products out, and really be the ones that are shown on the site. Every customer that comes to Pricefalls knows who they're purchasing from. It's not hidden in any fashion. They'll see who it is. They'll get your contact information. They can call you direct, any questions they may have on the order. And we also have that support team here to kind of relieve the pressure, because people do see the Pricefalls name and can understand that they'll come to us. So on top of that, I know there's another question I'll touch on here, Brian, as I go over the product management. We do offer a full stack solution for prospect listing, optimization, and management. As you can see, CSV, TXT files. If you have other files you use on other marketplaces, you can likely use it with Pricefalls. We're able to really take any file touching on that customability that we have there. So you'll see that the column headers can be custom. Each one has to be unique in that fashion, but the main thing we're looking for is that the data is there, the quality of the data. You have clear titles. You offer a really detailed description that really explains what the product is. Any facets or attributes that you need to add on the product, like color, gender, size, we have those available for the customer so they know exactly what they're purchasing. So when you say to the key factors for success for the better performance, having the NPN and brand in the title. So our marketing team works really hard to make sure that there aren't a specific set of metrics that you need to have in a certain area, but that it's just present in the file. So having an NPN and the UPC for products, if they do have them, is very important. Now when it comes to the marketing, we're going to use all the columns that you provide to us, the brand, the title, the category, the keywords, and we're going to group those all together in our marketing efforts. So it's not something you have to do on your end. We will give you pointers along the way saying, have really good keywords to what the title is. Make sure it's what the product is. Make sure that it contains maybe a size or a color. And that's going to help you out. So we'll give those pointers along the way when we get set up. Every seller that comes on the platform, we do a feed review to go through and check everything to make sure that it's going to look look really well on Pricefalls, so that it's not just going up and then we forget about it. We're going to go through the feed, find anything that we think should be adjusted, speak with you, give you those tips and say, hey, if you can do this, it's going to greatly increase your marketing efforts on Pricefalls. Along the way as well, we're going to constantly be watching the accounts that are on the platform to make sure that you are generating sales. There's no issues in the marketing and everything's optimized. So if we see that maybe you have API shipping or your shipping costs and your data feed, and compared to the product, it may be a little high depending on if it's across the board or not. We're going to maybe give you a call or shoot you an email that says, hey, you want to try a test and do some free shipping across the board for your products, and we can adjust pricing how you need. we want to generate those sales for you. It's not good for either side if you're not making sales, and anything we need to do to work with you directly hand in hand, we will do.
And to build on that, as far as success, like I said, I'm the director of seller recruitment, and we talk to sellers when we sign them up, and then we also loop back with them after 30, 60 days to do a check, because we do have other additional opportunities as far as marketing goes to really guarantee your success here on Pricefalls. We have a boost program, which is allows additional investment into your PPC program, which we do. As I mentioned, we push your product information out to about 30 different channels, and what we see this as an opportunity for you and us to work together as a co-investment into increasing your spend on your boost. So that's also an opportunity. There's several opportunities. We have a daily deal program that's free, and it's a great opportunity to once again, I always recommend it to new sellers coming on board to submit products to the Pricefalls Daily Deal Program team. They work very hard to make sure your products are pertinent to what the season is and what the shoppers are looking for. And it's always one of our higher looked at, higher converting type of channels. And I always recommend any new seller that comes on board to take advantage of that. It's free, and we're always looking for great products to offer to our shoppers. And this is kind of what what Matt talked about, kind of how the whole process tends to work. You submit your data feed to Matt's team. They'll work on optimizing it. Obviously, working with ChannelSale makes this process go relatively smoothly. And as I said, Matt's team will do this, make sure the store is reviewed and everything is appropriate. Everything's optimized for all our marketing channels. And this is kind of a great way to get your products out there. Like I said, we were very focused on driving traffic from these external areas as well, where people are looking for your great products. And thank you for all the great questions so far. Please, I see there's quite a few of them coming in, so I appreciate those. And keep them coming in. We'll get them towards at the end of the presentation, which is we're almost there. Which is just a slide. So here we are. Once again, here are the key team members you'll see. Once again, this is Matt and myself. Then here's JC. He's our director of customer support. He really works with all our CS team to make sure they can answer any of the questions all the shoppers have about your products. He works very closely with our sellers, obviously, and also all the shoppers that are coming onto Pricefalls. So we're very key component to the success. And what they do is to make sure they can answer any question they can. If not, they'll put them in contact with you and kind of facilitate that communication between your customer and yourself. We are available to both sellers and customers via email, phone, live chat, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Pacific time. So we're very open to all those types of calls and emails and live chats.
And just to touch on a couple more questions here, I see Michelle wrote, if a buyer returns a product, you still get the % commission and the dollar fee. We don't. Pricefalls has a 95% fulfillment requirement that we want all sellers to fulfill all the orders that are coming in. We understand not all can be fulfilled. Maybe the customer wants to cancel it. Whatever the case may be, we're going to help closely monitor your account to find if there's any sort of issue with the feed that may be causing out-of-stock orders or whatnot. If you do maintain that 95% fulfillment rate and you refund an order, you'll see your fee reimbursement appear on your statement, the invoice that goes out every 2 weeks. So we work really closely on this. If you have issues on orders, you can put details on there. You can call our team, let us know. We'll put notes on the orders. It's really important to us that when a customer comes and shops, they're going to get the order that they placed, and they're going to get the product on that order shipped to them. It's as described, and there's no issues with it. But we all understand that in e-commerce there can be some minor issues. So, feel free to call us if you have issues. Let us know. we're here to help. It's not just a full metric game where it's a yes or a no with Pricefalls. We really appreciate the feedback and want to continue to make a platform that is seller and user friendly, that allows them to have confidence in shopping with us. And then we have another question here from Lauren. Can you offer coupons in our store? Other promotional methods, buy one and the second one is 50% off, etc. We are looking at building out a lot more detailed ways of doing these types of promotions. Coupons, yes. There's a full couponing section built into Pricefalls right in your seller dashboard. You can fully control and customize these coupons to be either free shipping or a percent or dollar value off. You can set it to be specific to products. You can set it to be in categories. You can do it on order value. There's a lot of different things you can do there with the coupons, and we're going to market those coupons as well, not only to the products themselves, but just the coupons to drive customers to your products, because we want to. That's our goal. We want to continue driving as much traffic to the products that you're selling. That really gives the customer the page that they want to complete the purchase through, and that's why we always say that the data quality is really important to us. Seeing that the description is accurate is what's going to help those customers have that confidence, and knowing that we have such a high regard for metrics that customers are going to get the order, it's going to be shipped in the time that's listed on the account. But that's where you have full control. You can control the shipping lead times, the shipping costs, the data. We're just that support that's going to offer you the ability to kind of get this insight in selling on Pricefalls and what we know works, and continue to grow the businesses together. That's our main goal, is to grow together and continue to enhance the platform to allow for more sales and more traffic.
Yes, thank you for all those great questions. Is there any more we can answer? I know we're getting towards the end of the time here, but we're always happy to answer any more questions. Anybody have any hands like to speak directly? Please raise your hand.
Yes. Hi, this is Alroy, and I would like to add Michelle. She has a lot of questions, so I'll just make her the organizer. And let me see. Hello, Michelle, are you there?
Can you hear me?
Hi, Michelle.
I'm here. Hello.
Hi, Michelle. Thank you for joining. Hi, Michelle. I can hear you.
Great. Do you have the question?
So what can we help you with? Did you have another specific question we could help you with?
I forget what it was right now. I sent a couple. I wrote them and sent them.
Okay. Yeah, I went over those ones. If you want me to reiterate anything, please let me know. They'll also be in here. But yeah, I could just do a quick recap if you'd like.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Okay. So the first one was if we compete with sellers by selling merchandise on other sites. We're going to market the products to every channel we can, but if you don't want us to market your products on certain areas, let us know, and we're going to be here to work with you. It's not something that's set in stone. We just want to continue to drive as many sales for you as possible.
No, I
and
think
then you had a second.
On that question, if you're marketing the products, that's good. The question was, are you going to also sell them and you keep the money and cut us out?
No, absolutely not. So when we market, it's going to be to your product and your sale. So that's how it works on Pricefalls, is if we're marketing on channels where we can't have the checkout happen on your product directly, it works where it will check out on your listing on Pricefalls no matter what, even if the order comes through Pricefalls. So it's always going to be your sale and your order no matter how we're marketing. It's never us, buying a product and then shipping it to a customer under our name. It's always going to be coming through to your listing and your information.
Okay, great.
And then I see you had a question here about if a seller returns a $1,500 rug because they don't like the color in their room, do or do not return the fee. So as long as you're maintaining good metrics on the account, we're not going to keep the fee. That 95% fulfillment rate is set there so that sellers coming on or making sure orders are being fulfilled, and that's where I said we work hand in hand. So if we see that your account has a buyer cancellation for that rug and your metrics are good, you're not going to be charged that fee. You can understand that really what that fee is about is that we don't see that your account has 20 orders and 19 returns for buyer's remorse. Then something's probably up. Maybe it's the data, who knows what's going on. These metrics are all so we can help you maintain and manage your store, and you can call us and we're going to work with every seller. We've done it since the beginning of time. We're going to continue doing it since Pricefalls was created because we just want to build that platform that's friendly for both parties.
Okay, I think I have one other question I'm not sure was answered. I can't remember what it was now, though. Oh.
The other one you had listed here was handling the returns or refunds in your policies. Is that the question?
No, actually, that wasn't it. It was what to do next. If we're right now just on another platform, do we go ChannelSale next or go like with Pricefalls next? I mean, because it seems like ChannelSale is once you have multiple platforms. I just don't know what to do next.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, so absolutely. Just Michelle, this is John. There's just two steps. Next step would be to go to the Pricefalls website, pricefalls.com/sell, and create a store. And that's the store setup process. It takes about 15 minutes. You'll create a member account first, and you can use the same. It's just a username and password, and you can use the same as your store name. So when you sign up, it'll take you about 15-20 minutes. Basic business information, company description. You enter your policies. You'll enter your payment information, and then the other step would be what we'll do is through ChannelSale, we'll provide the FTP credentials for the setup. And Matt's team is very experienced, and the ChannelSale team is very experienced, and we can have you set up that way as well. So from our side, you would just need to set up the store, and then from the ChannelSale side, just let ChannelSale know you set up a store, and then we'll take care of the rest.
Oh, great, good.
Absolutely. We like those types of questions. Thanks, Michelle.
Yeah, perfect.
Then there was a question. I'm sorry. Was there any more? Do you have anything else, Michelle?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, no problem. Thank you. I looked like Dean had a question regarding our top 3 categories. Like most marketplaces, every marketplace, we're very strong in home and living and computer electronics. Jewelry, watches is also is one of our top. Toys and games and hobbies, we're talking with very major sellers, and that's going to be a big category for us. As I mentioned before, we have so many great sellers in computer electronics and home and living. That's why they're our best categories. But our best categories are the ones with the best sellers. So if you come into the home and health and beauty and take over that category because you're the best seller, that's going to be one of our better categories. You have really a opportunity here to become have an impact on these categories, and really we market every product. Our goal is to be a top 3 marketplace in the next few years, and we have very big ambitions. We're not just focusing on one type of product or one category. We're looking to be strong in every single one, and we need great sellers like all the clients of ChannelSale on board Pricefalls. Were there any other additional questions?
There are a few. Just let me check.
Okay.
Okay, I guess we have time to fill in just one last question. So
It looks like Franklin had a question. As a brand owner, want to sell on the marketplace, how to protect my brand and avoid an unauthorized seller listing or against the original listing?
Absolutely. I can touch on that. We take it very seriously when brands want to come on Pricefalls and list their products and build that direct relationship. We don't allow any seller to list a product that is fraudulent or misrepresented from the brand. So if we see that a seller comes onto the platform and they carry a brand. As you can understand, with 8.5 million products, we have manufacturers that contact us frequently to make sure that everyone's listing, products that are validated and verified. So we'll contact each seller that's on the platform to confirm that the products are able to be sold, how they source the products, where they get them from. As a manufacturer, is it maybe one of your resellers or distributors that purchase from you directly that's listing with Pricefalls? Do they need any sort of extra permission? We want to work with you to build that relationship. So if you happen to find a seller that has a product that is not authorized to sell it, and you contact us and provide us with the details, making sure that nobody's infringing on copyright or anything like that is going to be what we're going to do for you. So we'll speak with them, speak with you. Typically, we just ask that the manufacturer contacts the seller first, just to say, hey, I see you're carrying my product, not authorized to sell there. If it can't be resolved like that, let us know. We can certainly step in and make sure that it's taken care of for you. So nothing to be worried about there. It's pretty straightforward. And if you ever need anything, like I said, you call us, and we're going to be here to help you out and take care of it.
Okay. I guess that's.
Any other?
Oh yes, we have a question from Lauren Pleat, and she's asking, are UPC codes required?
Is that the coupon question?
UPCs. Are UPCs required?
Oh, UPCs. So any product that has a UPC is going to be required so that we can properly market your products. We do serve products to multiple channels. So if you don't have a UPC, we actually do a lot of work, and we help the sellers by going through products, finding out which ones may need UPCs to really reach their potential in our marketing efforts. So if you have them, definitely include them. It's going to help you out. If you have top brands, you definitely want to include those, because a lot of the marketing channels will not allow us to really market or hit that peak marketing potential without the UPCs. If we do come across some after they're listed and say, hey, we see these 200 products don't have UPCs when they should, our team will help you collect data. We'll help making sure your listings do have the UPCs. But in the beginning, that's where the feed review comes into play. We're going to really look at the data and find out what data we need to really market your products as best as possible and generate the most sales for you.
Thank you for all the great questions.
Yes, so I would like to thank Matt and John for this presentation, and I'm sure you answered a lot of questions earlier. Okay, and I would like to also thank everyone for their valuable time given. And if you all have any further questions, you all can drop us an email at info@channelsale.com. Thank you once again, and have a great day ahead. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Thank you, Channel Sale. Thanks, customers. Thank you.